In this video, we're going to be looking at another key method of gathering valuable primary market research: product trials. We will explore exactly what a product trial is and how it might be used as a means to better understand your target market. Remember, primary market research is any research that you conduct yourself or that you pay somebody to do for you, in the hopes of finding out valuable information on customers' thoughts and feelings in relation to your product or service. One way to gather this information for a new or improved product is to trial it in a test market. It's really important that you understand that this is not the same as a free trial of an existing product. So if you've ever had 30 days free of Spotify or Netflix, this is not what's meant here. We are talking about testing the product prior to a main rollout or a major launch. The trial involves launching the product in only a small way or to a smaller group of people. This may be only in a certain geographic area, or the launch could be limited to people who are the biggest existing customers. In some cases, customers of a certain membership level, like for example Gold members, may be chosen for the product trial. Before we go any further, let's first introduce this video's main example. This is Kane Jones, and he is the lead chemist and part owner of a new cosmetics company named Florescence, who are hoping to break into the highly competitive hair and skincare industry. Kane has been working extremely hard to develop a simple and effective shampoo with its own unique smell that is made of incredibly high quality ingredients that do not damage the customer's hair in any way. Kane has finally cracked the perfect recipe, and he believes that the new Fluorescence shampoo that he has created will become an industry leader and have huge international success. The shampoo has already been through the rigorous quality and safety testing required by the government before any cosmetic product can be released. But now they need to find out how it will be received by the consumer. What are their thoughts on the product? Do they like the new shampoo? And are there any unforeseen problems that Kane and his team did not see coming? As an example, if mixed with another shampoo, does the new product turn the customer's hair a fluorescent green colour? As you can imagine, this would be a major problem, and it would reflect badly on Kane and his team. Because of this, the company have decided to do a product trial, a practice, a test run, which will be sold to real paying customers, but only on a very small scale. They have decided to only launch the new Fluorescence shampoo in a handful of supermarket stores in and around the Cardiff area. To all the teachers out there, show all of these videos without any ads and gain access to our growing library of over 500 teaching worksheets. Why not visit BizzWizard.co.uk to find out more? They are going to trial their product in a small sample market, a small geographic area. So let's now consider the benefits to Kane and his team at Florescence of using a product trial to gather this primary market research. The first advantage that we will consider is that unlike a focus group, which we have discussed in another video, which often involves participants trying out a product for free, and in some cases even being paid to do so, a product trial, occasionally referred to as a customer trial, is conducted with customers who are actually paying for the product and paying the regular retail price. This means that their feedback is likely to be more reliable, as they have had to part with hard-earned cash to try the product. Think about it. If somebody offers you something for free, most of us would not complain about it, as it would seem ungrateful. This honest feedback brings us nicely to our next advantage, which is that Kane and his team can tweak their recipe, price, packaging and many other aspects based on the feelings of these customers. This feedback will allow the business to tweak their marketing mix, which we will explore in another video to appeal to as many potential customers as possible. In many cases, releasing a product trial can generate interest in the business. Often when a large business such as McDonald's trials an item in only one geographic location, many customers around the UK will hear about the launch through social media or word of mouth, and this is with little to no effort in advertising from the business. For Kane and his team, this kind of hype around their new shampoo would be hugely beneficial. Often this buzz which has been created as many people eagerly anticipate the release of the product in their own area, well, it can build, and this momentum can lead to higher sales when the product being trialled is eventually released on a larger scale. And finally, and probably most importantly, a product trial, well, reduces the risk of major problems with a larger scale launch. First impressions can be everything, and by using customer feedback during product trials, the business is able to tweak the finished article to better meet the needs or wants of the consumer. And this allows them a much greater chance of success and reduces the risk of failure. Bring this video and over 100 more to life with fun, interactive games, quizzes, and case studies. Why not try the first 25 completely free by visiting BizzWizard.co.uk. It is much less expensive to resolve a rough product launch when it is only a small area than if it is nationwide. Even managing any negative publicity may be significantly easier for marketing teams if it was just in a test market. There are, of course, some disadvantages to using product trials as a means of gathering primary market research. The first that we will consider is that a product trial will not always be representative of the full market, meaning the thoughts and feelings of the customers trying Florescence in Cardiff may not represent the whole country. Let's say that Kane and his team decided to trial their product in an area of the country which was particularly affluent, meaning that there is low unemployment and a higher level of disposable income. As an example, maybe a particularly expensive part of inner London. Well, these customers may not be a good representation of customers' thoughts in a poorer area of the country. And this may mean that decisions made by Florescence around price, for example, could be way off on a larger scale launch. Next up, the costs involved in a trial can be significantly higher than other forms of primary research, such as questionnaires and telephone interviews. They are also likely to be much more time-consuming in nature, and this is because there are significant business activities involved in launching a product to market, even as a trial to a small area. It's also important to consider that all of the time spent in arranging and conducting the product trial causes delays to the official launch. And this can be an important consideration, especially in a highly competitive industry where there is a high risk of a competitor beating you to market. Each of the video courses over at BizzWizard.co.uk also includes an interactive business case study that applies the knowledge learned to a real-world scenario. There are over 1,000 multiple-choice questions, each with detailed feedback, which tests students' understanding of the content. Why not visit BizzWizard.co.uk to find out more? And this brings us nicely to our final disadvantage, which is that any product trial means that competitors are easily aware of your new product. In many cases, they may even be able to get their hands on it and examine it up close. And this increases the risk of being copied by these competitors. In our main example of Fluorescence, there is a risk that other, rival, better established brands may try to steal any unique aspects of the product for their own range. So, that about wraps things up. Product trials as a means of gathering primary market research should be considered by any business hoping to better understand the potential success of their product or service before a larger scale launch. For Kane and his team, the use of a product trial will hopefully allow them to become established as a new player in their industry. If you find yourself considering different methods of primary market research for your own product launch in the future, remember to think back to the advantages and disadvantages laid out in this video before deciding to conduct your own product trial. This has been the BizzWizard. See you in the next video.